Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies with your host, Jason Marshall.
Welcome to a supersized episode of this month's Dumbass of the Year. This episode will be naming winners for both April and May. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Auckland, New Zealand, is my co-host for the Dumbass of the Month episodes, Benny Mack. How you doing, man?
Oh, mate, I'm loving it. I'm doing well. It's great to hear your voice. We are here. We are ready to fire into it. I'm freaking psyched to be on here. We're simulcasting. Jason Marshall, it's great to hear your voice.
Yeah, same here, man. Last time I had you on, it was April 6th. That's been a while. What have you been up to?
Oh, man, I've been working for MTV, working for the Hollywood elitists, the Jewish, accountants.
The 1%?
Yeah, my phone's all getting all these notifications. I think the Illuminati heard me talking about that. Anyway, yeah, I've been busy. I've been a busy man.
I have a question from my last guest. Well, it wasn't my last guest, but it was a previous guest. The question is, what is your favorite video game?
Ooh. I've been getting into a little bit of that Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Online Grand Theft Auto online. But I felt really like a bad man when I was playing it. Because I hadn't played it for a long-ass time since I was like a kid, And now I picked up the controller and I started playing it. And I'm sort of assaulting these Hispanic truck drivers. And
Are you an Xbox or PlayStation guy?
Oh, we got the PlayStation up there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're running PlayStation. So we're running the Japanese console. We're running the Sony console. Nagashima, hi! But, we're not running the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation computer that's, monitoring all the beings, creating that digital network.
Yeah, that monitors everything you say just so it can turn a computer on.
Oh, yeah. It's all like, you can even gesture at it. If you want to turn it off, you flip at the bird, it gets the picture.
That's a good feature, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, someone was talking smack to their Siri the other day, They're like, Siri, cook me some bacon or something. And she was like, cook your own damn bacon, Brian. Yeah, she got cheeky.
Did you hear where they used Cortana? It was some weird example they were using on the news about how some little kid accidentally ordered chocolates and a dollhouse. And when they played that on the news, all the houses that were tuned into that news broadcast that had Cortanas ordered chocolates and dollhouses.
Yeah. It's that programming they keep talking about, They say this is television programming, but now it really is, They can put subliminal codes, messages. The other day I was hungry. I said, I feel like some Domino's pizza, and a robot turned up at my window, trying to fire a freaking pizza through the door, It's reading your thoughts, man.
I heard they have drone delivery from Domino's, either in New Zealand or in Australia. I forget which.
That's what I'm saying. It gets intrusive, You can't as much as think about pizza these days and they're trying to fly it down your chimney. It's scary. It really is,
I couldn't imagine getting a pizza by a drone.
I know. It's stupid, really. The fan blades cool the pizza down, so by the time it gets here, it's just like a lump of fat.
Have you ordered one that way?
Yeah, we did. We got one that way. We've been getting them that way for a while now. It's quick, but they get here cold, so
you need to
it's not ideal.
That. I would love to see it. Or have you done that?
I ain't done that. That's a joke. That's what we call a joke, man. I don't even think they've got these drones that can deliver pizzas. I think it's just a marketing publicity stunt. They're trying to get onto BuzzFeed, They're trying to get onto that CNN Tech Crunch. They're lying, It's just a high-tech lie. And we do it down here in New Zealand because no one's going to come and check on it. They ain't sending no Guinness book down to New Zealand. Oh, that's true? Okay, it's true. Boom, done.
That's a good point.
We don't even have central heating here, man. We just put on a jumper.
It takes, 25 hours to get there from a plane from the U.S. or something like that.
No one's coming here.
Well, because there's no regular Monday show this week, we had a stand-up show. We're going to do something that has never been done on an episode of this month's Dumbass of the Year, and that's named this week's Dumbass of the Year.
I like it.
It's a man from Florida accused of making a hoax 911 call so he could get a ride to Hooters. Did you guys?
Oh, Hooters.
Yeah. Do you guys have that down there?
Nah, man, but I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about when you say Hooters.
He called 911, said his grandma had a stroke in the parking lot and wanted to ride down there, but it didn't work out the way he wanted. Instead of the police showing up to his house and picking him up and taking him there, they thought the best approach is just to go directly there themselves and check on his grandma. And she wasn't there. They called his grandma. She said that she talked to him earlier that day and asked him to pick stuff up from her house, and that's the only time she talked to him.
All right. So the Hooters guy, he wanted an Uber. He wanted like one of those Ubers that's got personal protection too, with guns and the full escort. So maybe, yeah, I see what he was trying to do, right? He was trying to make up some sort of a cover story. He was trying to do some sort of bluff. He wanted to go and see the waitresses. Maybe she might write a love heart on the receipt, blow him a kiss. He might feel like somebody. But he was willing, that's why you should never use some sort of, think out your lies well, people. You can't use your grandmother having a stroke as a lie. That's just dirty.
I don't know why he thought the police were going to stop at his house before they went to check on her.
Why not call the ambulance? Shit.
I heard in Atlanta there are people that use the ambulance just to get downtown. They call and say they need to go to the hospital. The ambulance picks them up. They take them to the emergency room, and then they just walk out and go wherever it is they need to go.
Yeah. It's called discharge, It's like people get discharged from the army. That's usually if you do something bad. In this case, you've done something good. You use the system to get a free Uber, and you can have some of that gas on the way down. Maybe if you got a migraine, have some of that. I don't know what you call it over there, Advil. Yeah. I don't know. Get on the gas, fix a wound, but then when you get there, you discharge yourself.
They don't even check in. They just get off. They get off the ambulance. Right. They go in the waiting room and just walk out.
All right, they come too, because that's what you do. You say, "Hey, look, I'm feeling faint. I might be passed out at this location. Send a bus." They turn up. You're on the ground. You don't even have to move. They pick you up. They drag your ass out there, like a lump of meat. They put you downtown. That's where you want to be. No energy. You wake up. Where you keep an eye open. When you smell that Chinatown, you just drive through Chinatown. You're like, oh, that's that Kung Pao chicken I always gonna pick up. And then that's your note. You say, oh, you wake up. Oh, the chicken. It aromatized me and it woke me up. You check in to check out.
Well, they found that guy later at a Burger King. He was helping his girlfriend with a car problem, and they arrested him and charged him with a felony count of misuse of 911. Yeah,
you can't be misusing the emergency system.
That's the first time we've had a Dumbass of the Week on this month's Dumbass of the Year.
I know, man, there's so many weeks of the year. There's so many dumbass. There could be a dumbass for every day, but we're going to keep it weekly right now. And, we'll break it down.
Well, we're going into the Dumbass of April. There were only two that month. April 3rd was a schoolyard prowler who was caught hanging upside down by his pants on a fence.
Ooh.
He was walking around the schoolyard, and it looked like he was just kind of looking for some way to get into the school to use the phone. Before he got to the school, he was at a restaurant, asked if he could use their phone. They had one of these cordless phones that was attached to a landline. As soon as they hand it to him, the guy takes it and runs outside and just keeps running till he gets to the school. I don't know how he thought phones work, but they did retrieve the phone from his pants when they caught him, though. And school was out, so thankfully it wasn't like he was there for the kids, which is what I thought he was doing when I first started to read that story.
Yeah. You never want to be prowling around a school. That's for damn sure, let alone being caught upside down by your pants.
Yeah, it could have been worse. There could have been second graders on recess or something.
That's exactly right. That would be a very bad situation to be caught in that compromising position. Is that a phone in your pants, or are you happy to see me? You don't want to be climbing all over fences with a damn cordless phone in your pocket. You're liable to break the damned antenna. Those things are fragile, man.
I damn near forgot about those. The next one was on April 17th. This is one of my favorites. I don't want to sway you. It was a Texas massage parlor that got busted for prostitution after its plumbing burst from being clogged by thousands of condoms.
Oh, nasty. Oh,
Yeah.
man. That's no good.
No.
Okay, so who are we awarding the dumbass to on that one, if we were to? Would it be to management? Would it be to the hooker? Would it be to the client? Would it be to the building manager?
You know, now that I think about it, I hadn't thought about it like that. It seems like it has to be management's problem because I can't imagine every hooker would just automatically flush condoms in the toilet unless they were all told to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks like most people would just throw them in the trash.
That's rough, man. Okay. Maybe there was just this one hooker, and she'd been working there for so many damn years. And it was just her, She was stealthy, She was hearty too. She might see 100 clients in a day. She was a busy lady, Anyway, hey, let's not contemplate that one for too damn long.
I would hate to be the plumber that showed up to see what was going on with the plumbing and then have that just,
That's not right. Is that our third one, or how are we going for these dumbasses?
Yeah, that was the 2 for April. We only had 2 for that month.
Okay. Oh, man. So it's between the guy on the fence with the phone. Like, why would you steal a cordless phone? That's what I don't understand either. Maybe he thought it was one of those IP phones, those fancy Skype phones that we're talking on right now, Maybe he thought he had free calling. Maybe he thought he could call onto the other side of the planet for free. Maybe he was high on crack. I don't know.
I think you're probably right with the assumption he was high on crack. He had to be on something.
I got caught on a fence one time and I ripped my shirt. It was my favorite shirt. I was trying to climb into the pool because there was a free pool. Didn't have no key. But you don't want to be upside down on the fence. You could get asphyxiation from a constriction of the arteries, You might lose a limb.
Never know. Hanging upside down, could you imagine if his penis got caught?
That's a medical term. You're using the medical term for that anatomy. I completely agree. Imagine if the testicles were constricted in such a way, the blood supply was removed, and he was in effect rendered a mutant.
Just the thought of it hurts so bad that you almost have to use the medical terms.
Oh man, he might have had severed his junk. Oh. But anyway, oh man, I think that the parlor, the massage parlor, I think that they need to have a word with their procedures. Maybe they need to have some sort of a better induction video onto the methods behind the industry and how we can keep the industry, profitable, rather than run into these costly repair bills. Plumbers, they charge $1,000 a day. It's a lot of money.
Do you guys at your hospitals have the little orange boxes that the nurses put needles in?
Ah, yes, the sharps.
That's what they need to do with condoms at that massage parlor.
Yeah, well, they need to take it old school. Do you remember when they used to have the little firebox in the corner of the room? And it'd be, all right, we're going to toast this thing. We're going to light it up. We don't want that. That's bad. Let's lose it. It's gone.
I wonder what that would smell like.
It brings back, I don't know. You need to get one of those ones that it's kind of like a tornado fire, It burns like some sort of jet propulsion. It don't stink nothing. It burns into the sort of eco dust. It's neutral. It's carbon neutral.
That would be so nasty.
Maybe they need a biodegradable option. I don't know. But what they do need to do is stop flushing it. Dispose of it in a thoughtful manner, respectfully. Don't throw it out the window. Don't do none of that neither.
Hopefully other massage parlors have learned a lesson from this.
We'd like to make a public service announcement if we could, that everyone should be aware of this situation. We don't want to have this situation repeated anywhere, in any profession.
I wish they didn't get shut down. I'd like to talk to somebody there. just
Yeah,
to
I think
find
that's,
out what that was like.
yeah. I like to think that they set up at a new premises, and maybe they were given a grant to set up. Maybe they installed a high pressure plumbing system. Maybe all their problems were fixed.
It's that damn low flow plumbing.
That's it. You got to install that 38 millimeter gauge. You can't be going for none of that 22.
Who do you think should
Oh
be the
man,
dumbass of April?
I'd like to say this erotic parlor, because their procedures, that this was an ongoing situation. It wasn't just a misdemeanor offense. It wasn't just trying to make a call in privacy. It was this ongoing problem, was systematic abuse. That's what I like to say. Systematic of power. There was no leadership from the top. It was, they were trying to lead from the ground up, and they had a problem on their hands. And the solution, it was a very expensive fix.
And it seems like you would have to go out of your way to flush those. I hadn't really
It was
thought of that part either.
some sort of policy in place. Maybe they need to install one of those in sync disposal units that's got the stainless steel mechanism that spins at 1,000 miles an hour. You can drop anything in there, it totally obliterates it. Maybe that's their solution. They need to find some better products. They need to eviscerate the evidence.
It's better than clogging up their pipes. Jesus, I can't imagine. I don't know. I think we talked about that enough. But
I think we've glanced over that subject respectfully. I think as gentlemen, we should respectfully move on, and let it be known that dumbass is that massage parlor. Where were they again?
in Texas.
That
Well,
says it all.
that brings us to the dumbasses of May.
Boom.
May 15th. This one really surprised me. It was unfortunately in my home state of Ohio. And
Oh no.
I found this guy at the end of an article. There was this big long article. I forget who it was about. They were going to be that week's dumbass of the year. And then there was 2 sentences at the bottom, and that's where I found this guy. It was an Ohio man who unintentionally married his granddaughter, and once they found out, they announced they have no intentions to divorce.
That's no good.
I can't imagine staying married once I find out that's my grandma.
Oh man.
There's no way.
That's no good. Let's just say he didn't know, okay? This is how it'll happen. He was a lonely old guy, down on his luck. Maybe he was estranged from his family,
Mm-hmm.
He was a downtrodden member of society. Let's say that he was a vet. He went out for a drink on the town, Maybe he went to a titty bar. He was working at the titty bar. Or he was drinking at the titty bar. He met this bright-faced little cherub who out of the dark showed him how to. I'm not going to say too much, but he had a great lap dance. There was a great lap dance. They got married. They got married, man. They fell in love. It was that one moment they fell in love. They got married.
I would like to think that they met at a massage parlor, and she just had a magical touch, and he fell in love with the conversations they had.
Okay. So it went down like that, did it? Man, she must have needed something. She must have been after something to even go after an old ass man. So maybe he had a big old farm. Maybe he would drive a big old car.
There's got to be something, because once you find out that's your grandparent, it looks like you would be out.
Even if you didn't know it's your grandparent, there's got to be something.
Yeah, that should
And then
stop
when
you.
you find out, it must be amazing. Maybe I don't know, maybe he's got a plane. Maybe he flies in the helicopter. What kind of draw card would you need?
That's what kills me. Is it was just 2 lines at the end of a story that had nothing to do with this story. So I have no idea what was going on.
There is no excusing behavior like that.
No.
That is offensive. That is obscene. And that's got to be taken care of. This man has to be taken out to Alcatraz and put out there and secluded.
This has to be illegal, right?
This is highly illegal. This is highly illegal. Hang on, it's in Ohio?
Yeah.
It's cool in Ohio, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know. Can't be good. All I can say, he's going to have some strange ass looking great grandchildren. They're going to be all gangly. Eyes are going to have a big ass gap, monobrow, buck tooth, hunchback, Fingers all wobbly. I don't know. It's not going to be pretty.
I wonder what her mom and his daughter think about all this.
I don't know, man. It would make Christmases awkward. That's for damn sure.
That would be a great way if that's how they found out. They had the wedding and his daughter shows up, but her mom shows up and they find out it's the same person.
I know, right? Maybe that's exactly what happened.
That would be great.
Oh, man. That would be like, guess who's coming to dinner, Well, we got the family reunion coming up, Grandpa. I know you haven't seen them for a long time. I know your Alzheimer's has been kicking in. You've been talking to some strange-ass people down at the massage club. But check it out. Here's Cindy. What the heck? I thought you were drinking with the boys. Hell no. Trying to lose the family.
Our next dumbass of the year, this guy amazed me. I forget where it was from, but it was a man who drove 14 miles not knowing that there was a man sleeping on his trunk. And the guy wasn't just driving 14 miles. He drove 14 miles on the highway doing 65 miles per hour with this guy fast asleep. He gets pulled over by a state trooper. The state trooper thought the guy hit him and asked, do you know there's a body on your trunk?
Okay. So who are we? So it's the guy. Are we judging this on the guy that's asleep or the guy that's doing the driving?
I think it would be the guy who's asleep.
Yeah. Look for the driving guy, that's pretty reckless.
Well, I guess what happened, they were at some barbecue festival. Some guy just had too much to drink, passed out on somebody's trunk. And the person who was driving was an old man who came out. It was after dark. He got in his car, didn't see anything.
Uh-huh.
And it
it could have almost been handy. I mean, was the old man going the same way the guy needed to go?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Oh man, maybe it was just safer than an Uber. You don't even know. Some of those drivers are crazy. Or maybe he just wanted to get a bit of fresh air. When you had too much to drink, you sort of sometimes have to hang your head out the window. Maybe he thought he could hang his body out the window. You know what it's like when people are passed out, they become like a dead weight. Maybe he was just like collapsed. Maybe he was like comatose to a degree that his body just molded to the structure of the car. It became part of the car. Maybe there was like a small wing that he wedged his spine on, and he just went highway riding. That's 14 miles in kilometers. That's over 38 kilometers. Oh, hang on, I ain't good with maths, but that's a long ass way.
Yeah, it is.
It's a long ass way.
And there was dash cam footage. I had that up on the website. So
footage.
If you're listening and you missed it, you got to make sure you subscribe so you get all the episodes and go to the website wedon'thavecookies.com so you can check out those videos.
They've got to be seen. Okay, so where are we at? Where are we up to there, Jason?
We got the grandpa that married his granddaughter, and we got the guy who was riding on the back of a trunk asleep for 14 miles. The next story is from Houston, Texas. It was a man who brought his girlfriend a bouquet of what he thought was purple flowers, but it turned out it was just kale.
Oh, kale. It's that miracle vegetable.
He was trying to be sweet. He knocked on her window. He hands her this bouquet. She starts laughing at him because she knows what it is. And the worst part, at least to me, the worst part is her mom was at the house that day, walks out the front door, walks around to the window where the guy was and starts laughing at him too. Right at his face. Wow. Yeah. Wait, if it was a vegan household, that probably would have gained a lot of respect, I don't move in this modern sort of day and age. Women like a man who know how to treat her right, which goes including cuisine, quality ingredients.
fresh produce. But look, he messed up. He needed to ask a little bit of advice. My advice, whenever you're shopping or buying something from a vendor, don't be too shy to ask. You might say, "What's this for? How do I prepare this? Is this arrangement going to look good?" And maybe at that point he could have had that pointed out to him. But I don't think mixing up kale with a flower and being asleep on the damn highway for 14 miles is in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
There's no life or death at presenting kale. Sure, you might, if you're an emotional kid, you might go and cut yourself because you feel like a fool. But I don't think this kid sounds pretty upbeat.
Yeah, they're pretty different leagues right there. How high do you think that guy was to mistake a vegetable for a flower?
Man, he really was,
That's the only thing I could think of. I've never went into a grocery store or a convenience store to get flowers for my wife and just accidentally walked out with broccoli.
Yeah, well, that said, I mean, hey, this poor kid, we're laughing at him, but he should be commended. Not enough men are spending enough time showing their partners affection. All it takes is a bunch of flowers, even a bunch of bananas or a lovely bunch of coconuts, anything that'll make them feel better. This guy chose kale. Yeah, he got it wrong. He's going to work on it. I think he's got good game. He looks like he's got good confidence, this kid.
He tried. Got to give it to him for that.
Yeah. He good. Can make the girl's mother laugh, you're in, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, yeah.
So we're down to the incestuous grandpa and the drunk trunk rider.
Okay, well, I'm not even going to validate the grandfather. I don't think he deserves a place on the list, let alone winning. The idiot, we're just going to negate him from the running right now. But I think this gentleman who fell asleep on the back of a car, often I commend our idiots, and I think this guy should be commended for being a real idiot. He did a good job. I like his style. It's dangerous. It's exciting. It's got a bit of adrenaline there. He didn't even have to do anything. He didn't even know it happened. They got the footage. You got to get the footage or it didn't happen. We're talking about it now. I like that guy. I think he's a winner. I think he beats the Kale guy and Granddad 9 out of 10 times.
You know what we should do is try to find these people on Twitter so we can tweet out their award.
I agree. We need to get them all in for a reunion show. We're going to hand them some sort of medallion. I don't know what kind of medallion, maybe something emblazoned with gold.
Yeah, that's what we should do. We should tape these in 2 parts where it's me and you doing this, and then we record the guy accepting his award.
Absolutely. I think that they would appreciate the thought that goes into that, the energy. They deserve everything that comes to it, these damn idiots.
And I don't think he could dispute it.
No, they have to accept it. We're going to gauge to see whether they accept themselves or not for who they are.
Well, before we go, do you got anything you want to plug?
Man, I'm going to start back up getting into some more live streaming soon, and we'll let you know as soon as that happens. But for right now, everybody have fun in your own lives. Keep tuning into WeDon'tHaveCookies.com. Jason Marshall, I'm loving what you do. You're the man. It's great to be back.
Yeah, enjoy having you. And we have one at the end of the month for June's Dumbass of the Year. I'm really excited about that one, too.
All right, we're going to count it down. June's Dumbass. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. Keep your eyes peeled. If you find any dumbasses, let us know. We'll consider them.
Yeah.
They could be consideration, right?
Yeah, you can always send emails to jason@wedon'thavecookies.com or call 929-266-9342. Leave a voicemail.
So there, everybody, make the most of it.
All right, I want to thank you for joining me on the show, man. It's been a lot of fun.
I loved it. Thank you, too.
All right, you have a great week, and I'll talk to you guys on Monday.
Yeah! Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about the show and leave a review.
It's cool in Ohio.